Please welcome Melissa Fox with Agape Ranch here to tell us about the organization and a big event they have coming up that you can participate in. Thanks for joining us, Melissa.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, Clarissa. You know, it's just so great that you guys are reaching out and wanting to share a little bit about our organization. So for those who don't know, Agape Ranch is a 501c3 charitable organization right here in the Coastal Bend that has the goal of supporting foster and adoptive families and vulnerable children and families in our community. So we've got our big event that raises awareness in our community, the Leave a Legacy 5K and 10K event for the whole family. So if you would like to participate, you can go over to agaperanch.org/5K and sign up to participate. We've had an overwhelming amount of support from local business owners and volunteers. So it's slated to be a really big event this Saturday, but online registration to walk or run, or even just to come by and show your support will be open through tonight. And we've had some other sponsors come along that Everest Water over at Pepsi, as well as Nexit Inc. have signed back on to sponsor the event again this year. You know, 2021 hit all of us hard, and we're just so overwhelmed by the generosity of the community and seeing that when someone's heart is really moved to step up and serve the children in our community that need us the most vulnerable, who need loving homes and, you know, need to learn more about what it is truly to be a part of a family. They came to us this year, which is such a blessing. So we've got a citywide respite program that licenses through the Department of Family and Protective Services those who want to support foster families for short and long-term childcare. But then we've also got our big goal and vision, which is our 24-home ranch that is going to be, that has already begun actually out in the London School District area. We broke ground on our first home, which is fully funded, and we're currently raising funds for the second and third home. Now, the second home is for aging out foster youth, which is a critical need. The truth is that 90% of children who age out of the foster care system will end up incarcerated, lured into prostitution, trafficked, or dead within 3 years. Right now, as of January 2021, the latest statistics available, we know that 9 are going to be aging out this year, and statistics tell them that 8 of them will wind up with this dismal fate. And we're really working hard to change that through our programs like our youth mentorship program and this home, specifically designed to take them back in to a loving home where they can pursue higher education through VOTEC school or college, of course.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. You know, the why is always so powerful, and the fact that we can become their family and help them in this way is such a beautiful opportunity, so that we can really change those statistics, flip them around, and make sure that the majority of these kids aging out of foster care are in good hands. Please welcome Dr. Blende to teach us a thing or two about parasites. Great to see you.
Hello, everybody out there. I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning from the wet lab here at the Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History. So I've got a special treat for everybody this morning. I've pulled out a bunch of interesting parasites. Before we get into that, I just want to remind everybody, well, what is a parasite? And a parasite, if you remember from last year, a parasite we define, or parasitism, we define as an intimate, heterospecific association, either temporary or permanent, where one partner, the parasite, is metabolically dependent on another partner, and unfortunately, that's the host. This one is pretty easy to see. I'll hold it up. You see how it's kind of got multiple segments? I'll try to move it, see it on the lab coat. But it's like a conveyor belt of multiple segments of the worm. This is the tapeworm. And so tapeworms are like conveyor belts, and you can see the very big segments here, and they reproduce like that. They just keep popping off and forming new segments like a long chain on the tapeworm. And of course, everybody's familiar. You can see what a tapeworm looks like, and this is The kids can see this tapeworm, and of course they have a head on top with these suckers and sometimes a crown of thorns or hook on there. We call that a rostellum. And you can see it just grows from the head and just keeps going and going and going. And some of them can get in humans and grow to over 30 feet long, broad tapeworm. It's amazing that you get that from eating contaminated salmon, like up in the Northwest, up in Alaska.
Okay.
This one that I showed you, the slide, here's a good picture, Dipylidium caninum. And this is the dog or cat tapeworm.
Okay.
So your dog or cat and you can get this if you ingest fleas. Fleas are the intermediate host. So, you think of your cat scratching, maybe nipping at its fur, and it ingests a flea, and the tapeworm grows in the gut of the cat. And this particular species, Clarissa, is interesting because it infects humans, but it's almost always children. Because the kids are out there, they're scratching and they put things in their mouth and they accidentally ingest a flea, and it can grow into an adult and a child. So the takeaway message, watch your children outside playing, wash your hands, just like in the pandemic, wash your hands, and don't be afraid to go outside. Just keep your head about you, and wash your hands when you can. So that is dog or dog tapeworm. Last worm I want to show you might be hard to see. This is heartworm. You've heard about that. Your dog gets it. I don't know if you can see it, but you can sort of see it at the bottom there. That is a heartworm, Dirophilaria. And here's a picture of the larval form called a microfilaria.
Wow, big.
And of course, who's the vector host? The same one for malaria for this. Here he comes. Bzzz, bzzz. I want to bite your dog. I want to bite your dog. I have microfilaria. I want to bite your dog and infect your dog. And
Oh no.
You give your dog a medicine that builds up in the dog's bloodstream, so when a mosquito bites your dog, it infects the mosquito. And one will. As soon as this larval form leaves the mosquito into your dog's bloodstream, that drug is there and it kills them. So prevention is better than cure, everybody. If you have a dog, love your dog, take good care of your dog.
Well, Blende, you always have such interesting things to show us, and parasites are one of those topics that I think a lot of us might not dive into if we didn't have you right here accessible to us on Coastal Living. So we look forward to visiting with you again. Thank you so much for everything you've taught us, and can't wait to see you in studio.
Clarissa, I look forward to seeing you all at the studio again. Stay healthy, and thanks for having me on. And everybody be healthy and take care. See you next time.
Oh, excuse me. I was just warming up for the 5K, but now I'm warming up for an excellent episode here today on Coastal Living, so stay with us. When we return, we are going to share some This Week in Coastal History with you. Later in the show, we're learning about real estate, buying, selling, renting, what's best for you. We're going to find out. And right when we come back from break, we're going to feed that appetite at a great taco spot in Southside, Corpus Christi, with our friends from Coast Life Credit Union. We'll be right back.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV, the only lifestyle show made in the Coastal Bend for the Coastal Bend.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. I hope you brought your appetite because it's time to grab some delicious tacos in the Coastal Bend with our friends from Coast Life Credit Union.
This is Lunch Local, brought to you by Coast Life Credit Union.
Hey y'all, it's that time of the week where we lunch local with our friends from Coast Life Credit Union. Today we are at Southside Tacos, a brand new taco joint that just opened on the south side of Corpus Christi, and we're so excited to try out the menu. So what's for lunch today? Let's taco about it.
Hi, I'm Emilio Venegas, and this is Southside Tacos, a place where you're going to find delicious, authentic, unique food to the Corpus area. We want to bring a beautiful flavor to a beautiful city. We want to make sure that we have a good experience every single time you come in, and every time you come in, you leave satisfied with flavors that really pop. We work hard to make sure that our customers are satisfied. We make sure that our drinks and our food are consistent, and we have a lot of pride in our aesthetic. As you can see right behind me, we got our trompo, where we cook our al pastor on a daily basis, fresh. Our food is plated very unique to what you would find in a normal Mexican restaurant. I come from a big cooking family, and I thought that our recipes would be a great addition to the town. Just something different and new to bring to the area, and we took advantage of the opportunity that we saw that was presented to us. So we wanted to make the food authentic, and we wanted to try to cook everything with the flavors that are traditional that you would find in Mexican recipes. The Mexican culture is beautiful, and it's best expressed through food. The way that the flavors were designed, way back in the day, was when the Spaniards actually took over the Mexicans, and that all they would have to eat is just the scraps, and they turned scraps and they made it into beautiful gold that everyone looks forward to. Anytime they want to go out to eat Mexican food. So what we do different from any other restaurants that you're going to find around here is we're stepping outside the box of the traditional Tex-Mex. We're keeping it with authentic flavors that you will not find anywhere else in Corpus Christi. We have a menu that's simple but very unique. Our burritos, our quesadillas, they're a meal within itself. Our carne asada fries are not going to be like anything you've seen in this area. So some of my favorite things are definitely going to be our specialty margaritas. We make all the syrups here from scratch, and it really shows in the flavor of the margarita. I haven't met one person who's tried it and not enjoyed it, to the max extent.